Hey guys, I hope you are well. Welcome to the Good Space with Leonette. Today's episode was just a short episode about certain things that have been on my mind recently, for various reasons, partly because discussions I've been having with other people, and I guess it's just because of the time in a lot of our lives right now. I think when you're at that late 20, early 30 stage and you're really trying to work out priorities, it's not the same as before. You can't choose to spend all your time having fun and being around your friends and avoiding responsibilities. Even if you don't yet have children or you don't yet have a mortgage, you're at that point where you're planning for that. And that usually means, for the average person, a lot of sacrifices. You're at the point where you're not just working to work, you're building your career. So every day at work matters. You're putting in a lot of brain power or physical power depending on your job. You're tired a lot of the time because there's all these things you're putting together. And unfortunately, life isn't like how the TV shows made it out to be. It's not like in Girlfriends where you're in your 30s and you're around your friend's house every day gossiping and having fun. That was so unrealistic. It's not like Friends where you all live. For most of us, it's not like that. For most of us, our day to day looks like a lot of work, potentially a side hustle, potentially caring after somebody, potentially trying to, keep fit, be healthy, all these things that become important in your late 20s, early 30s. Um, Trying to keep your support system going, just so many things you're trying to do at once. And with priorities, what tends to happen? Things fall to the wayside. You can't do everything at once. It's not possible. And I'm finding through conversations, me including, it's friendship and community that is falling to the wayside. You're struggling to find that mental power on the weekend to link up with your friends and do something, or you have the energy, but financially, it's smarter to put that money away for savings for something or towards a bill. Like there's when you look at your priorities, the money is better spent elsewhere. I think a lot of us are going through that at this point. And when we go through our priorities and we're like, okay, what could maybe be taken away? Friendship is the one that is taken away. And I don't mean like, you cut off friends, but there's a distance because you can't afford financially and with your time to do the things you did when you were 20. And then surely you'd think, okay, well, if you're all going through those things, everyone should understand. And I think a lot of the time, everyone does understand because we're all, even if the journey is not the same, like for example, the chosen priorities aren't the same. So for example, friend A has a child, that's her main priority. Friend B is saving for a house, that's her main priority. Friend C already has a house and is saving for a wedding, but has a mortgage to pay. The priorities may be different, but everyone has chosen that the friendship is the one that's going to be, put on the back burner for now. So surely there should be a mutual understanding, but that's not always the case. And I realize it can usually be the case up until a friend is maybe going through something. And then it's like, okay, well, I need my tribe now. And I feel like it, this is where it can sort of be controversial because to me, I think that should be okay. I think we should be okay to be dealing with life struggles, but then clock in when our friends need us. But I think the issue can stem from where we're not sure what our friends need from us because we've been on autopilot for so long. And we need to be careful with that. Yes, there's priorities, there's things that need to be sorted out, there's plans that need to be made. But I think we also need to try and find time, whether you're like me and things need to be in the diary, on your notes on your iPhone, in the calendar app. If you guys need a shared time tree, I don't know, whatever works for you, but maybe something where you're checking in on each other at least, like, I think once a month is even a stretch, but this is like at least, you know what I mean? So you're checking in just to make sure everything is okay, because you don't know, like, friend A may have things going on but doesn't want to be the one to drop the this is all of I've got all of this going on, because they understand that everyone has got those day-to-day things that they're trying to achieve, so they don't want to drop that in. So I think it's important that to remind your friends that there's still that safe space for all of us amongst all of this that we're going on right now. The safe space still exists. Like, you can still come here and let it all out when it gets too much. You don't have to wait, because I think otherwise what's happening is we are on autopilot. We are dealing with our day-to-day things. Something is going on with someone in your tribe and you don't know, and you're wondering why you don't know. How would you know? We've not put in the effort to check in on each other. And I think it was important that I started with letting everyone know that I understand. I'm one of those people. We're going through stuff, all different things. We're at that age where we're trying to work things out. We're trying to build for our future. When you speak to older people about this, they, some regrets is like they spent all that time working all these things out, and then when they got there, they were by themselves. You don't want to be that person, so you have to continue to nurture your relationships whilst you're going through these times. And I know it's hard, but that's why I think maybe making sure there's a once in a month thing, and also again taking into consideration everyone's like place where they are right now. If you're the friend who's like more put together, for lack of a better word, at this time, um maybe as well understanding that your friends are at a different stage than you. And I'm not saying that that means you take all your friends out and pay. That's not what I'm saying. But maybe you're the one that's like, okay guys, everyone come round mine and we can do this. There's different ways. It doesn't have to be the um like what you used to do, because you're not where you used to be. You guys used to go out and eat every weekend. You can't do that anymore. You guys used to go out partying every weekend. You can't afford the bar tab. Like, things have changed because of priorities, but it doesn't mean that you can't still have your friendship in other ways. And if it's looking like it's not, then that means your friendship was for that time, and it's not. Unfortunately, it's not a friendship that transcends all different aspects of your life, different stages of your life. And that's a conversation for another episode. But if it is, and it's a friendship you plan to have for a long time, you've got to be able to alter the way you maybe showed up for each other before. But I do think it's important to stay connected in these times, because when I speak to people about how this current time, I'll say 25 plus, of like building, how they're dealing with it. A lot of them feel like, I feel alone and I don't see my friends as much and I'm inside and da da da. And it's like, yep, same, understand it. But what can we do? And I think what we can do is, one, be transparent with our friends. Let them, like, everyone should, it's okay to let them know that, I'm struggling. Not that, don't think that because we're all going through the same thing, as I said, like, but in different ways, that you're not allowed to share with your friends that you might be finding it hard at this current season. It then allows them, when they're finding it hard, to share, okay guys, what can we do? Well, I can bring this, I can bring that. That's how friendship works. I bring this, you bring this, you bring that, I bring that. And we find a way to, like, pour life into each other and get the ball rolling again, because essentially it's what we have to do, but there's a way that we can make what we have to do nicer and easier. So yeah, I think it's just fitting to end this video by saying that yes, we are all working towards our goal, and sometimes it feels like we're on autopilot, but life, and when those things happen in life where there's lows, there's tragics, you need to ensure that you still nurtured your friends, you still nurtured your tribe, so that when those things happen, you have someone to fall and lean onto, and they also have the same and can expect the same from you. So yeah, just a bit of food for thought for all of us who are in this situation right now. So I want to know, what do you guys think? Should friendship be the top of priorities because of the reasons I gave before, that, there will be times where you need your community, or should everyone just understand where we are right now and just be ready to show up for you when the time is needed, or should it be something that's scheduled in, or do you actually think no, it should just be natural? You should just have that space for your friendship anyway, despite what's going on. What are your thoughts? How are you prioritizing? How are you dealing with this time in your life? How are you and your friends making sure that you all know, if at all, that you all know that you're there for each other when things get even harder than they are now?